Kevin, before we went on a break, Advocate here highlighted the wholesale failure by the political class, and despite the institutional framework Katiba gives us. Nonetheless, though, despite the gross failure and the damning half-term scorecard given to the political establishment by the Kenyan public, does the silver lining rest with then what will happen in August 2027 when that opportunity will be presented to the Kenyan people through the ballot?
The Kenyan people are actually awoke. In Swahili, they have said that tumeamka. Mm-hmm. And that is therefore to mean that on a daily basis, Kenyans are looking for mechanisms to bring out something good in a bad situation. And one of those particular issues that Kenyans have now deliberately agreed that we have to deal with is bad governance. Mm-hmm. And that corruption has to be called corruption, and that issues of negative ethnicity have to be addressed as such, and that there is no any other form of political mobilization, either from government or opposition, that will be able to stop Kenyans. Mm-hmm. And in so saying, therefore, if you look at the kind of sentiments that we are getting from the ground, as Vitukwa ground, it really needs to send, these sentiments need to send certain feelings to the political class. And that one, mm-hmm. His Excellency the President, wherever he is seated, he needs to realize that Kenyans are calling him back to service delivery. And that regardless of what you do, you have a free way to decide what is your selfish personal interest. But when it comes to the reason why you are a president of the Republic of Kenya and that you have been given that power, yeah, you have to deliver on what Kenyans are asking you to deliver. Mm-hmm. Number two, from what we are also hearing, is that this good thing that will come from this bad scenario is the fact that Kenyans do not care who is corrupt and who is not. What matters is that are the institutions in office given power to be able to do what they are doing, and that you cannot therefore say that Mheshimiwa Gachagua is corrupt, and yet on a daily basis they see you actually almost engaging in similar concerns. And therefore that calls for government responsiveness, to mean therefore that the president has in the event that Kenyans decide not to impeach him as well, and then from the Gen Z calls that Ruto must go, if he stays in office, as of course is our president, yeah, he needs to rethink his strategy, he needs to rethink his engagement modalities, he needs to rethink even the opportunities that he has to be able to deliver on behalf of Kenyans, because that is what will be able to redeem his legacy as a president who delivered, or indeed as a first-term president, yeah, who in fact did not do anything other than push for the impeachment of his deputy president. And I think that the silence of His Excellency the President, as we also said earlier on, needs to be read in a number of ways. But I think that one of those particular readings needs to send the political message. And as we head towards this weekend in the areas where he'll be visiting, we're looking forward to seeing what he will be saying, yeah, and the kind of tone that he's going to be using, because that will also send what ultimately happens in Parliament on Tuesday. But I think by and large, Abdikadir, the silver lining is in the mobilization around of Kenyans around issues, and that people now no longer care which ethnic group that you come from. And that number two, again, if you have been given responsibility to deliver on whatever issues as a public or a state officer, yes, Kenyans are much more aware about the roles of those institutions and those offices, and that what their business really is service delivery, and that services are delivered, yeah, and are deemed to have been delivered.
Yeah, and Bonarais, the deputy president sought some salvage from the courts, but he, in all the attempts, hit a snag. What are the options available for him in this case, given that Tuesday Parliament will be taking a vote?
You know, the courts would be in my view, a bit hesitant to intervene unless there is a demonstration of a very, very serious violation of procedure. And you can see that in one of the cases, though it was not his case, in one of the cases, the court actually gave certain directions in terms of how public participation is supposed to be conducted. We want to. I want to think that once Parliament discusses the motion and maybe approves it as I anticipate they will approve, then it moves to Senate for the formal charge and the Parliament then to prosecute its case against the Deputy President. So after that, then the Deputy President may decide whatever outcome again to probably challenge the same in court, or somebody else could still challenge the same in court. So we are in a situation where we have to look at what is happening. I don't think the fact that there's been several attempts to go to court, and those attempts maybe have been unsuccessful, to mean that the door is now entirely shut, because at every process, someone can always approach the court if they feel that something there's something that requires the attention of the court, and the court would look at it and make a determination. But it would be extremely unprecedented if we get to a situation where the Senate approves the impeachment, and then it goes to court, and then the courts stop it, so that you are in a situation where the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya is in office courtesy to an order of the court stopping his impeachment. So whichever way you look at it, we face very, very extremely delicate situations, and I hope that the country will be able to ride this wave and to deal with the issues that are likely to come out from this impeachment.
Thank you.
Or even
briefly.
Between now and Tuesday, the other option is to resign. In terms of just dealing with this public humiliation from the political class, despite the sentiments of the citizens, the Deputy President can choose to just walk away, resign, and let it be.
All right. And Steve Juma, watching us, says Kenya institutions are there to investigate the allegations against the Deputy President instead of wasting public resources on what seems to be serving certain individuals' egos. The President needs to speak up and take control as the country is becoming divided. There are more urgent issues that they have failed to address. Kenya deserves better than this circus that we are subjected to. That's according to
Precisely.
watching this podcast. Many thanks, Bwana Rais. Thanks for your time. Advocate of the High Court, former President of the Law Society of Kenya. Kevin Osido is the Executive Director, the County Governance Watch. And thanks to my team as well, of course, must be appreciated. Kamau Mwangi was the first to establish the live link from Nyeri Central constituency. He was later in Madera constituency, still in Nyeri County. Laura Otieno was for us in Kisumu County. Francis Mtalaki was reporting from Mvita constituency in Mombasa County. Crispin Otieno has been transversing between Nyaribari Chacha constituency and Bonchari. Gregory also gave us an update from Tigania East in Meru County. Charles Gikunga was live for us from Kikuyu constituency in the county of Kiambu, as well as Enoch Muswe, who had joined us from Machakos Town in Machakos County, as well as the efforts of Marianne Nyambura, who was reporting from Njoro. The last link she gave us, but first was in Nakuru West in Nakuru constituency. Our Nairobi team, of course, led by Emmanuel To, who was in Embakasi North constituency. Seth Olale has been traversing between Dagoretti North and Kibra constituencies, as well as Melita Oletenges, who was live for us from Dagoretti South constituency here in the county of Nairobi. Thanks to you too for waking up with us here with this special broadcast here on Citizen Television. It continues after this short break here. And up next will be Wycliffe Orandi, who will be taking charge and to monitor the public participation exercise on day 2 of the impeachment motion against the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. Thanks for watching. I am Ayub Abdikadir.